Did that just get you?
No.
You sure?
Yep.
At first glance, this clip looks pretty benign. You hear the people talking and the guy says,
Did that just get you?
No.
You sure?
Yep.
and when we slow the video down, there's an apparition or a mist-like figure that runs right between the two. What the heck is this? I believe this video was taken in Australia, so if you have any insight, fill the rest of us in. Of course I've heard of the Yowie, but this isn't that. Anyhow, I need more information ASAP. Out in the backcountry, researchers stumbled across something that froze them in place. A structure that looked nothing like natural deadfall. It was tucked beneath a cluster of pine trees. Heavy logs leaned against the trunks in a triangular pattern, forming a kind of roof with a dark hollow underneath. The structure wasn't random. The branches and trunks had been dragged and stacked with clear intent. This wasn't wind damage or some haphazard pile. This was designed. The research team debated quietly. Who built this? Sometimes they'll create blinds, but this was miles from any marked trail. Some thought it could be a crude shelter that someone was using to sleep in. But again, pretty far from civilization. Two of the guys in the group mentioned that this looks like an ambush blind, the kind of spot where something or someone might crouch low and watch the clearing beyond. One of those guys pointed out how the opening faces the most open stretch of forest, almost like it was positioned to monitor movement across the field. Another noted how the logs had been stripped and angled in ways that would have taken enormous strength to move alone. The unsettling idea emerged. What if this wasn't human at all? In Bigfoot reports, people often describe similar lean-to structures, built from massive timber no person could lift without equipment. So, is it a resting place, a watch post, maybe even a warning? Standing there, the researchers felt the silence of the woods pressing in. Whatever built it hadn't just thrown some sticks together. It had thought about angles, about concealment. And that raised the chilling possibility. If it was meant as a shelter, was the builder still nearby? A video posted by Salish Sasquatch recounts a story of a man being surrounded by multiple Bigfoots. Check this out.
And I woke up to popping right here along through the trees. I heard two things rotating my truck 180 in my pickup. When this one was moving, that one wasn't. When that one was moving, this one wasn't. Then they started talking. They started communicating. Just I could do it the best I can. And it, woo, 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 woo. I'd shine a light and it'd stop. When that tree was breaking, you heard it splintering. Crack, 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 crack. When it hit the ground, you felt the percussion come through, and all of a sudden, that thing, and it 10 times louder.
Yeah, let me know what you think about that. And also, that guy did a pretty good impersonation of Bigfoot calls. Out in the dense Oregon woods, tucked away on private land where no one else should be, a strange structure catches the eye. The YouTube channel Jailbreak Overlander finds something that at first glance looks like something hunters might throw together, a duck blind maybe. But as the camera zooms in, it becomes clear. This isn't a simple pile of brush. He explains this is deliberate. It looks crafted.
So the further I walked up to investigate it, and the owners already heard multiple Sasquatches talking around him. He said one sounded like a female, One sounded like a big male. One sounded like a child. So I start coming out here, looking around, and I see these right here. It looks like somebody made this, like they wove it together. They made a duck blind type thing. So I come up here and I'm looking around and I see that. And I see another one and I realize that not only does it look like a duck blind, but it's hollow inside. See? This is on super private property. Ain't nobody around. But it's like a living space in here. See what I mean?
Now, what really throws things off is what's nearby. Scattered around the front of this woven shelter are bones. Not small ones either. Large vertebrae, thick, huge leg bones. The kind you'd expect to see in a butcher shop, not lying in the dirt miles away from anywhere. The guy filming can hardly believe it. He literally just keeps muttering, crazy, crazy, crazy. The landowner, who has already claimed to hear multiple Sasquatch voices on the property, deep tones, a female voice, even one that sounded like a child, led him to this spot. Now seeing the bent and twisted trees pulled into position, woven together in what looks like sleeping quarters, the pieces begin to fit. This shelter isn't accidental, it's housing something. Overlander points out trees that don't even belong in the area, hauled over and tied down as part of the structure. Inside, the space is hollow, room enough for something to crawl in, hide, or even live. And right outside of this, again, bones lay scattered like leftovers from a meal. So what do you think? Could this woven structure hidden deep in Oregon near Coos Bay actually be a Sasquatch nest? Is there another explanation for the bones, the bent trees, and the eerie voices reported in this specific area? Drop your thoughts below. I'm curious to hear where you land on this one. A Reddit user that goes by the name of CuddlyWuddly0 posted this clip, and I just thought it was incredible. I'd love to know where they caught this. Look at this. We have a bear, a wolf, a raven, and I guess you could say a fish, a salmon, all caught in this short little clip. On top of this just being a really cool clip, I'm going to read to you what another Reddit user posted. Upstairs Bit 6897 wrote, "The relationship between ravens and wolves is a fascinating example of mutualism in the wild. Ravens often follow wolf packs and alert them to potential prey or carcasses by circling overhead or vocalizing. This can help wolves locate food more efficiently. On the other hand, wolves leave behind leftovers from their kills, which provide ravens with an important food source. Ravens are scavengers and rely on these scraps to survive, especially in harsh environments where food is scarce. Ravens sometimes ride on wolves or walk alongside them. Ravens are intelligent birds and have been observed to communicate or coordinate with wolves in subtle ways. Wolves generally tolerate the presence of ravens near their kills, sometimes even allowing them to feed before the wolves finish. Ravens sometimes hang around wolf dens and cubs, seemingly intrigued by the young wolves' movements and sounds. They are even observed to play with the wolf cubs in a gentle way. Not just that, ravens may act as early warning signals for wolf packs. When there's danger near the den, ravens' loud calls might alert adult wolves to threats. I think crows and foxes do something similar to this. Anyhow, that was a mouthful, but I just thought it was cool. And a bit of a side note, I didn't notice this until I was editing the video. What are these big bags of rocks doing here? Did anyone else notice these? Maybe they're building some type of bulkhead or just trying to strengthen the area around the water. Now, I'm not sure if I've shown you all this clip, but the backstory is that I was looking for a specific clip online, and it was a supposed rake, the cryptid, a rake in a tree. I heard there was a longer video of it, and I wanted to check it out. Well, this was one of my options.
That's how you get a rake out of a tree.
Well, I got what I asked for. It's said that these men in Kazakhstan have found a large doorway into this mountain. Some are saying that it's used by the military, and more than a few are saying that this is definitely aliens, that it would be a great place for them to store their aircraft. What say you guys? Care to take a guess? Check out this former Oregon councilman who claims he caught something on camera that most people wouldn't even believe. Another massive stone doorway in the mountains that opened.
There, right up there. That thing was open. It opened completely up, and then it closed back up. And there's a little slot in it right up there. You can see that little slot where it looked like somebody was staring out of. Dude, giants are freaking real. I don't care what anybody says.
On TikTok, he goes by RDB Cell. His real name is James Goebel. And while driving through Quartzville near Green Peter Reservoir, he spotted a strange rock formation. At first glance, it looked like a solid cliff face, but James swears it opened up, just like a door. He filmed it, posted the video, and within hours it went viral. Then it vanished. James followed up with another clip, clearly shaken, saying he was being stalked.
Anyway, we just been staying kind of low key. When I wake up in the morning and I'm going, this is what I run into. It's down the road. And then sometimes it's up the other side of the road. And sometimes it just follows me around town. And there's a white truck that does the same thing.
At one point saying, dude, giants are freaking real. I don't care what anybody says. He later returned to the site with his wife, and things took a darker turn. The couple panics, the wife is crying, and they rush back down the hill.
I just don't know what that was. It's that same thing. But I swear to God, there was something standing right there. Go! Just get going. I don't know what, but just get going.
So what's really happening in Quartzville? Some say the door is nothing more than a quarry rock or dam access. Others argue it resembles ancient portals, like some that have been found in Peru. And then there are those who believe James truly stumbled onto something that was never meant to be filmed. Something the government doesn't want you to see. So, was this a stage stunt? Is this just a natural formation? Is this nothing more than that? Is this just a rock? Or is there a possibility he filmed some type of secret?
I know what I think it is, but it's 60 to 80 feet tall, 60, 80 feet across at a wedge shape.
It seems like a lot of people are seeing massive creatures, giants even.
In our world where people dang near talk through emojis, I thought this was fitting. I just picture the snake, singing, "Don't worry, be happy," and then bites you, so. Nevertheless, super cool markings. Keep your head on a swivel. That could have ended way differently. I thought this was probably one of the most insane clips I had ever seen, and then I realized that it was being rewound. And yes, I should have noticed that because all of the people in the video were walking backwards, but nevertheless, here we are. Filled with anxiety and what I thought was a ship smashing into this land, but it appears it was just a ship launch. Quite the fight there. Let me show you what caused this Kestrel to attack this jackdaw that had entered her home. Hours earlier, the jackdaw flew into the Kestrel's home, where 3 eggs lay unattended. Mom was out hunting for food, but before she gets back, the jackdaw was able to kill one of the eggs. Now, when Mom returns home, she sees the aftermath. She can tell someone's been there, and she sees the egg is broken. Well, she immediately went into revenge mode. She flew the nest and waited in a nearby tree until the jackdaw came back and tried for round 2. The jackdaw enters the tree, but Mama comes right behind him. Just an incredible tale of revenge in the wild.
End of the road, turn right.
They got Bigfoot. Found him down here in Georgia. Got him dragging him with that helicopter. Wonder where they're taking him.
So I've seen this clip a few times, but the best explanation I've found came from the paranormal chick on TikTok. So check her out. So the following video, captured by a man named Edward from Georgia on October 5th of this year, has raised some serious questions. And you'll have to decide for yourself if it's further proof of Bigfoot's existence. Now, this guy Edward, he typically shares content about fishing and hunting. Nothing else, no paranormal stuff, no cryptid stuff. Well, he filmed what he claims are 2 military-grade helicopters transporting something enormous, dark, and hairy through the backcountry. Although the footage is shaky as Edward was driving while recording, even after zooming in, you can see something large being carried between the 2 helicopters. I mean, that's weird enough. Whatever it is, it's big enough to need 2 aircraft to lift it, or one to lift it and one to be a backup, or one to lift it and one to guard it. I don't know. Many people have kind of taken this in the comments and run wild, but they say that this is the military carting off a captured Bigfoot. What adds to the intrigue, again, is that Edward is not someone that's involved in paranormal investigations or Bigfoot research. He's just an ordinary dude, an outdoorsman from Georgia. Now, where it gets really eerie is that since posting this clip, he's gone silent. He hasn't responded to any comments, hasn't posted any other videos. And it's safe to say that many people are seeing this as a red flag, as am I. Could he have been warned or pressured to keep quiet? The sudden halt in his usual posting is certainly suspicious. Take a look at the footage yourself and decide, is this a genuine Bigfoot encounter? Or is there something else at play? A group of men recently shared some unsettling footage they captured during a nighttime expedition in search of a mysterious and elusive creature. Armed with just a flashlight and a camera, big mistake, they ventured through the dark when something truly eerie happened. In the distance, the camera caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure moving strangely. Well, definitely out of the ordinary. One of the men, very freaked out, shouted a warning to his friends. Well, this apparently provoked whatever they had encountered. Within moments, the figure charges at them, knocks the camera to the ground. You can hear the chaotic scramble as the camera briefly records the creature getting away. Although the men weren't seriously hurt and managed to get home safely, I mean, this footage is nothing short of disturbing. The creature's movements and sudden aggression make it hard to dismiss the incident as a simple prank or hoax. However, the fact that the group was able to get so close and escape unharmed leaves plenty of room for skepticism and speculation. So, what do you guys think about this? I gotta say, this is pretty good footage. Man, I just don't know. Look at that. That jaguar spotted in perfect lighting on this beach, chasing down a capybara. I mean, if it weren't for the capybara taking that left, dipping underwater, we would have witnessed one of the coolest hunts of all time. I mean, it still was pretty cool. I mean, the thing sprinted over 50 yards. Just an incredible video of this jaguar. This next clip is eerie. A woman recently shared a spine-tingling experience she had one evening while just standing on her back deck. An encounter so unnerving that she admits she might not have believed it if it weren't for the security footage that recorded her reaction. The video shows her casually scrolling through her phone while her dog happily chases after a ball in the backyard. Everything seems perfectly ordinary. Until it isn't. Without warning, she abruptly spins around, visibly alarmed, and lets out a scream. According to her, she felt a distinct tap on her shoulder, followed by a voice that sent chills down her spine. What makes this even stranger is that the footage shows no sign of anyone or anything near her at the time of this incident. Yet, her genuine reaction seems very hard to dismiss. Could this be a case of something paranormal? Or is there a more rational explanation for what happened that night? The mystery leaves much to the imagination, sparking a range of opinions online. But what do you, the viewer, think really happened out there? In early October, a mother snapped this photo while hiking with her son in the Cougar Mountains of Washington, capturing a moment that seemed ordinary at first, but turned out to be anything but. The boy, captivated by the glowing northern lights, stretched his arms toward the sky, explaining to his mom that he was trying to, quote, touch his angel. Of course, Mom, touched by the purity of the moment, took the picture without thinking much of it. However, when she later reviewed the image, she was startled by what appeared to be a mysterious hand reaching down from the sky, which would be strange enough, but this one eerily mirrored her son's own gesture. So what do we think? Could the boy have truly seen an angel as he said he did, making this just an innocent spiritual encounter? Some have said that there could be something more sinister at play. But for me, and I'm sure many of you, I wonder if the mom is being entirely truthful about, the manipulation of this clip. Nevertheless, the mystery lingers, and as always, I am interested in your input. One day, while out fishing at a secluded lake near the Navajo Mountains, a man claims to have captured something extraordinary on film. In the distance, he spotted a large, hairy figure with a distinctly domed head and very broad shoulders. The man is adamant that this wasn't any ordinary animal, and he wants it highlighted that this is not a bear. He truly believes this is a Bigfoot. Moving unmistakably through the rugged terrain, and given this creature's size and the way it moved, again, he's convinced of what he saw. After all, this region isn't home to any primates, so what else could it have been? No gorilla, no bear. The footage has since stirred up debate online, with some firmly believing the sighting is genuine, while others remain skeptical. Is this truly evidence of the elusive Bigfoot, or could there be another explanation? I would say the internet is divided. Some are saying that this is totally real, and others are saying the opposite. Mermaids have always been the stuff of legend, but this clip captured by a hidden camper tells a different story. Filmed behind the rocks of a secluded lagoon, the video shows clear, vibrant waters where something extraordinary emerges. What appears to be a mermaid. As the camera zooms in, the figure becomes visible, her flowing blonde hair shimmering beneath the surface. She moves gracefully, her silvery tail flicking effortlessly in the water. For a brief moment, until I got my bearings, I thought I was looking at the face of an alien. Nevertheless, what do we think about this clip? Is this something we should dive deeper into or just chalk it up as another well-planned hoax? A UFO was spotted hovering over a Mexican city in broad daylight, with thousands of onlookers witnessing the bizarre event. The object remained completely stationary beneath a cluster of white clouds, leaving many scratching their heads as it defied any logical explanation. Numerous people captured this incident on video, showing the UFO holding its position for several minutes without any visible signs of propulsion or sound, no engines. But what truly intensified the mystery was the sudden appearance of a second object, which quickly moved behind the main UFO, a detail that sharp-eyed viewers caught in the footage. This second object's swift motion added another layer of intrigue, and despite the growing speculation, there has been no official word on what these objects were or where they came from. I mean, they're clearly there. This sighting has left many questioning the possibility of increased UFO activity in that specific area, and reignited debates about UFOs, aerial phenomena on a large global scale. So I feel like this is even silly to ask, but what do we think? Is this a genuine UFO encounter? I think so, but I'm getting a little hyped up, so share your thoughts and theories on what might be going on in the comments. Check these guys out. Velvet worms or onychophorans are fascinating invertebrates known for their unique hunting technique. These creatures have soft, segmented bodies covered in velvety skin, which gives them their name. To hunt, velvet worms use a specialized pair of slime glands located on either side of their head. When they encounter prey, such as insects or small arthropods, they shoot a sticky, glue-like substance that quickly immobilizes the victim. Once the prey is trapped, the velvet worm approaches and injects digestive saliva, breaking down the prey's tissues, allowing the worm to consume it easily. This ambush and glue strategy makes them effective and unusual predators in their environment. Sounds like a pretty sticky situation. Dad joke, I'll see myself out. In this next clip, a man was recording the night sky in an undisclosed location when something pretty nutty happened. Out of nowhere, a figure resembling a person in a white robe with what appeared to be wings suddenly materialized above some electrical lines. Now, if that wasn't strange enough, the power lines began to emit sparks, quickly followed by an unmistakable zapping noise in the moment the figure appeared. The bizarre scene lasted only a few seconds before the figure vanished, just as mysteriously as it had come, and at that very instant, the zapping stopped entirely. Now, I don't need to tell you guys that such a sequence of events is far from natural, and everyone who saw the footage agreed that something unusual had taken place. But what exactly was it? Do we think this man captured something beyond our understanding? Was this just an energy glitch, easily explainable by the energy company? I will say this, the paranormal community is still debating whether this was an otherworldly encounter, an unexplainable phenomenon, and they're leaving the mystery open to speculation. As for me, I'm just gonna say it, I think it's a fake. I think someone did whatever they had to do to edit that video and put that figure on top of it. The end.